as an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Hype in the street.
Hello there.
Hype in the street. What? Hype in the street. Hype in the street.
Nice.
Hype in the hype. Hype in the street. Hype in the street.
Yo, welcome to a brand new installment of Hype in the Streets. I'm your host, Tee Recx. We also have Money Matt and DJ Graci Grace in the building. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Glad to be here with you tonight, Tee Recx. It's been a couple of weeks, man. My thoughts and prayers to you and your family. I know you've been going through it. Gracie, I've seen you out on tour with my homie Natty J from Indianapolis. I know you've been doing some dope stuff, and looking forward to another great show tonight.
Yes, definitely. It's been an awesome week, and the tour was successful again as always. So it was awesome. Shout out to you guys. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thursday.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's just a lot going on in this world, man, and I just feel like we need to pray. We just need to pray. Like, I know, like you said, I lost 2 very significant people in my life, my mom-in-law and one of our best friends, and just in the industry alone, man, just people just passing away unexpectedly, and just things that we see on TV, on social media. It's just like the devil is very much in attack mode, coming from all directions, and it doesn't matter who you are. He definitely doesn't discriminate at all, and so I just feel like we all need to come together in prayer. And so, if you don't mind, I would like to pray for you all and pray for myself and everybody that's tuned in, if that's okay with you all.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Yes.
Yes. Let's bow our heads. Father, thank you for this life and just allowing us to be on this platform tonight on Hype in the Streets with Money Matt and DJ Graci Grace. We come to you with everything that we have, Lord. There's so much going on, so much attack going on against us, our family members, our friends, just in the industry alone. This social media is just getting really out of hand, and just seeing so much negativity, not enough goodness that's going on that people don't really talk about. We just so glorified on all the evil that's going on, Lord. And I just ask that you use this platform to not only to help the artists and help us, but to enlighten people and to bring them closer to your kingdom, Lord. And I pray for Money Matt and his family. I'm not sure what's going on in his life, but I just pray for goodness and just everything in abundance, and also DJ Graci Grace as well. I'm not sure what's going on in her life either, but I just pray for comfort and just pray for stability, and just not lean on our understanding, but lean on your understanding, and just try to do what we can as people to not only lead people to you, but also help the people around us, and just be a light in this world. There's so much darkness going on, so much mudslinging, just so much gossip. And this show is not about that at all, Lord. It's about talking about what's going on in the streets, in the community, that's going to help better each person that comes on this show. And I pray this with a very sincere heart. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 Man.
Yeah, I love that so much, T. And I know Gracie always talks about check on your strong friends, man. You're one of the strongest people I know personally. So to see what you're going through, man, it just hurts me personally. And then I just want to ask, man, how are you handling this? Because you are the strong person in your family. You lost your mother-in-law and you lost a close friend. So what are you doing to stay strong the way you are and to be the shoulder to lean on for your family and friends?
Well, I use this time to just reflect. It's almost like a mirror, man. Like when this was going on, I just put a mirror up and just like, God, everything that I have going on, whatever burdens I'm carrying, I want to release it. And I feel like I have in the last couple of weeks. There's a lot of things that I have disclosed to my family and everything regarding my struggles in life, and just the things that I've been carrying since childhood. And I feel liberated and feel free to be able to just release it now. So now I feel like I don't have any of that quote unquote dead weight on my back now, and I feel like I'm ready to lead and help others and also learn from each other, man. And I really appreciate you all doing this show with me and checking with me, and we talk all the time on a daily basis and stuff. If it's text message or we get on the phone or whatever, or we catch each other on a Zoom call, I just really appreciate you all. And so that's how I deal with it. And I do a lot of meditating and praying, and it's not enough about, you don't see enough of that on any of these platforms, because everybody want to talk about Shannon Sharp and all this other stuff that's going on in the world, but not praying for Shannon Sharp. I pray for him. I pray for the accuser. I pray for everybody, man. Everybody that's going through something. Like, we got to stop this. And I'm tired of that, of people capitalizing and trying to make money and get clicks off of this, cause I'm at the point now, friend or not friend, like if I see people that's doing stuff like that, I'm just gonna distance myself from people that want to spread gossip and do stuff like that to hurt other people. And I'm just so grateful that God brought us together, because we all have the same faith and we get to share this great platform together.
Yeah, and definitely, I know for the world, we all lost Pope Francis Easter Sunday. You know what I mean? So we're all going through it, and I don't think a lot of people understand the importance of what you just said there. You're a God-fearing person. You're the strong person, but sometimes you got to lean on someone, and thank God you have Jesus in your corner to lean on when things get hard. And a lot of times we as followers, we don't understand that's the cheat code in life, is put it on Jesus's hands. Let him deal with the stuff. You can only control what you can control. So be there for your family, be there for your friends. But when it comes to keeping your heart strong and knowing what to say next, you pray to Jesus and God and let him talk through you, man. So I'm very sad that you're going through that. But like I said, the whole world's going through this Pope Francis thing. What kind of advice would you give, Gracie, on how to stay prayed up or stay strong in your faith when we're losing, Pope, Tee's losing family and friends, and everything going on in the world today? How do you stay so positive in these moments?
First of all, of course, I pray. I feel like we go to another human, another person, which is normal for us to do. But I feel like, and this is also for me to bettering myself to with my prayer life. And sometimes I forget I have, I'm praying to God, and that's all. Because if you don't have no one else to listen to, God is always listening. And I was going through a lot of stuff as well. So I think it's going on all over, even with people that I speak to in a daily basis. Something is going on in their life. So the prayers is much needed and really appreciate it. And you almost got me all teary eyed because it means a lot. I actually watched Risen, the movie Risen this week, because of the things I'm going through, and it reminded me. I think sometimes we have to be reminded on the reason and the thing that we're doing, because I feel like DJ Tee Recx was just saying that, getting a call because, there are people that wants to quit. You want to stop what you're doing and your goal because there's reason for it. I feel like you have to be reminded. And watching The Risen, I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, it reminded me of the reason. Okay, the title is Risen. It's basically about when Jesus passed on. He had just died, and then the Roman Empire is investigating where did his body, go? Did someone hit his body? And then the moral of the story, what I got out of it is everyone might get something out of it. So he ended up helping the disciples to get through something, because his Roman Empire, the soldiers was after them.
Yeah.
and he actually helped them to get through. So sometimes when enemies come, there's it could be a reason for it. God is using them
Yeah.
to get where we need to be. So I feel like we just have to be reminded of the reason why we're here and
Yeah.
the reason we're doing what we're doing.
And I think that's so powerful because the reason we're doing hype in the streets in the first place is to bring God into the equation of hip hop and the culture. And Gracie, I know you have a friend, Papito. He was just on the show. He's one of our alumni. He came in,
Yes.
prayed up, touched by God. Everything's going good for him. You know, he's
Mhm.
overcoming everything. And then he has this situation that you were telling us about it. How, can you give us a little bit more about what's going on and how people can help him or reach out if they want to help him?
Yes, I'm looking for it right now. Basically, his younger brother was taken away recently. It was Friday. It was the day before Easter, and it was actually the same day. All these things is happening to him. We just got back from our Days Summit in New York City. The performance he did awesome. They just we just did a video and everything, and then this happened. It's one of those. It's not like he got killed, but I think it's like one of those victimized thing when he was in this situation of addiction and he was getting help, but because of some issues, he had to get out of the what do you call it, the rehab. And
Yeah.
then when he got out of rehab, that's when he um did the OD or something like that. So it was very unfortunate. And he's young,
Yeah.
and and then now the family is going through this. So there is a GoFundMe on him where it's helping. It's gonna help to bury his body. I think they only raised like 300 or something like that. So of course, as you know, that burying is expensive. So if you just go to like GoFundMe and the name is uh, Taiwan's memory. Oh, actually, it's 355 now. It's been raised to 355. So that's TYWONE' memory. So maybe we could put it in here somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is very unfortunate, and I feel like we need to do more in these things because being in the medical field as well, it is very sketchy in that healthcare thing. If you don't have no money, what do you do?
Yeah,
You
it's getting
you know
hard.
you get help, and then you want to be helped. But what do you do, especially as a young kid? A young person.
Yeah.
So,
And see, I wanna go back to that for you because man, I know when the devil tempts you when you're at your weakest point, man. So, but it's a sign of how close you really are to those goals. So you've been working at this for a very long time, and we've gotten closer and closer. But when the devil sees a great person as yourself starting to do God's work too much, that's when he comes in and starts tempting you, man. So I want to have you keep your faith, man. You're in the moment of Job right now, and don't forget that God has your back. We have your back. And God's telling me to say this, fam. It's not me trying to get on my pulpit or nothing, but he's telling me to tell you he's got your back. You're gonna have to go through this with your family because they need your shoulders. You got to be the strong one. But when you come out of this, your faith and your strength is going to be even higher than it already was. And you came into this, as a leader already. So this is setting you up for the next stage of what he's got planned for you.
definitely.
Absolutely. It at the end of it, it makes you stronger and kind of just reflect on, like, man, like this can happen to anybody,
Mhm.
expected or unexpected, and you just gotta know how to navigate. Like you can just easily just fall and just not get up. There's been times and moments that I don't want to get up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lay here, but by the grace of God, man, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm happy. I know I sound doom and gloom right now, but I'm actually happy. It just the emotional side of me. I'm just tired of seeing people hurting, man. Had a friend that lost one of their kids at the age of 27 recently, too, and so it's just There's so much going on. We live in a time now where people just want to be entertained and not taught anything. We can't raise our kids as a village anymore because I'm doing me. I'm self this and self that. It's just, you get tired of that. You get tired of that same rhetoric, and you just get tired of the same old storyline every day. And it's just something that at some point it reach a breaking point. Everybody has a breaking point, and Matt and Gracie, you all are very tough individuals too, and I'm sure that you all have a breaking point. Like, you only gonna allow so much to happen before you gonna be like, you ready to snap.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's like, I feel like that's why I'm taking a break this weekend. I'm going to see family, and I'm going to be there until Monday. So, yeah,
I pray for your family too, Gracie. I know you was talking about what was going on overseas with what was the earthquake.
Yeah, they
that
had
took
like
place.
some, yeah.
How's everybody going on in your family over there?
In the Philippines?
Yes.
Everything is okay so far, but they're talking about the eruption. I remember when the Mount Pinatubo happened. So it's scary, you know what I'm saying? Because my mom's sister is still there, my aunt, and a lot of my cousins. And then she actually can't go home to visit right now because we don't know what's happening. So
yes,
I'm praying for the Philippines and the rest of the world, because I know everyone's going through stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's what's so scary right now. You know, FDT, it's the 100-day mark right now, and like just that story you're saying, nobody's talking about what's going on in the Philippines. Nobody's talking about what's going on in Puerto Rico right now. There's so many disasters taking place around the world, but we're so, you know, locked in. The news is so locked into what we've got going on here, and I think it's kind of deliberate. But yeah, it's scary times. 100 days of Donald Trump. You know, I'm not going to get on my soapbox or anything like that, but I just hope everybody who voted for him. I want to ask you: is everything better yet for you, or are you finally starting to realize the stuff that us crazy Democrats like myself was trying to warn you about? Project 2025, like there's stuff they're doing every single day that you would never think could happen. And the scary thing to me is this is the 100-day mark today. So it's been like this for 100 days. What's coming next? You know what I mean? And a lot of people aren't understanding what these tariffs are going to do to their pocketbooks. They don't understand all the jobs that are about to be lost, because if you're not buying anymore because you don't have money, then nobody's shipping the stuff over to there. So there's no drivers needed. There's no warehouses needed. So these tariffs, everybody thinks is just a monetary situation, but it's all your jobs. So, you know what I mean? If we're not understanding that, and then if you pay attention to what they're doing with all the laws right now, anything that deals with racism or anything people have fought for years to overcome, they've erased it with a pen. So, you know, I think it's heavy hearted today on the live, not just because UT, but the whole world. We're going through kind of a terrible moment right now, and you pray that eventually God and Jesus is gonna, you know, come through and save this stuff. But they even got him looking crazy right now. So it's like, what do you do as people who want to be positive, but every day it's something new that will scare you away from watching the news or even being active in, you know, the community.
Man, I'm not gonna even lie. But when I first read like Project 2025 before the election took place, I like, there is no way any of this stuff is gonna happen, because we have too many smart, intelligent people to not allow any of this stuff to happen. And man, I was so wrong.
I mean, if you look at it like this, the guy that they shipped over to El Salvador, and everybody makes a joke of it, he's a person in America who was here legally. They picked him up and took him to the worst place in the world for no reason. The Supreme Court said he got to come back, and they're like, no, he's not going to come back. So if you're allowing the Supreme Court to be not doing what they say, you know, what's going to come next? And my fear is eventually people are going to get tired of fighting him because they don't see there's something going to happen. And then he just kind of gets his way with stuff. They did the 2028 hats today, and everybody's in an uproar about it. Like, they were like, there'd be no way he could run again. I'm like, he's Donald Trump, and he's got people in power that will put through a bill, and then you'll have them again. So we, as people who are, for equal rights and all this stuff that we believe in, you got to speak out right now, because it's 101 days tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? Like, I've seen rumors of Russia and China is talking about war right now. So just be aware of your surroundings and everything going on.
Yeah, what's our future? It's scary. One of my best friends, her husband got out of the Navy because of this one, the reason, So, but he's a doctor, so he's still gonna be. But it's just, she was speaking about it and what he's doing, Trump's doing, and she's like, and I was like, he could do that, and she was like, he's Trump. He could do it. I'm like, what? This is not normal. It's not normal. So it's like, it's almost kind of saying like, bad behaviors, and it's normalizing, because people think, oh, he's strong, he's mighty, so it's normal for him to react this way. It's like, are you serious? It's not normal this is not normal, so yeah.
I really feel like there has been a shift, because bad things are now good.
Yeah.
If you doing good things, oh, you lame, or you got a motive or something because you being good. Why are you being so good to me? What's your end game? But you could be there. You can be like, I can call you. People call each other B's and N's and slapping each other. Oh, I like that. I want some more of that. I just don't get it. The thing
and
about
it was just 420. It was just 420. Remember? And
yes.
It's not normal if you're not smoking. I feel like
it's crazy.
I don't have anything about smokers, because what I'm saying, but I DJ a 420 event twice. I mean, two events actually this weekend, and
she said she got a contact buzz.
I did actually 3 times. It was also, I had to be in a comedy show Wednesday, and I feel like, with this everything that was going on, and I was the only clear-headed, but I'm the one that was incorrect on something. I'm like, hold on, I was.
I think our camera just froze.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Like, because I'm not a stoner. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of stoner, I just want to shout out a new movie that's coming out, Stoner. I missed it. The movie premiere was Sunday, but because I had to start a 420 event, I missed it. I'm so mad. But you guys need to watch it, because there's some big dope artists that's in there, and it's an independent movie as well. It's about a bunch of stoner, but it also kind of like talk about the business side of it, like, you know what I'm saying. And then the crazy part of it is that some of them in that movie is not even a smoker. So I'm like, well, we're dope too.
Right.
Hey, that was perfect, T. As she's talking about being contact high on 420, the screen freezes for her because it was symbolizing how messed up she was.
Oh yeah, and we create a meme off of that too.
Oh no, I hope I don't look retarded. Me and my sister, we were just talking about that. My brother called my mom, and then his phone freezed up, and then my mom's like, what is going on? She's having like a heart attack. She called my freaking Lord, please don't let her have that. But she called my sister and said, your brother, I don't know what's happening. And my brother always tricked her by like doing some weird stuff, like he's something crazy. So we were like, Mom, it's only the phone freezed up, and he looked like he's like dead or something, and she was so scared. I was like, oh my God. So yeah.
So with you being the non-smoker of the tour, and you're going to all these clubs, I know you're going to venues where it's nothing but a smoke fest. How do you deal with being the only sober person in the whole venue like that? Like, is it fun just to watch all this crazy people, or what is your kind of experience like in the club when that's going on?
Well, as for me, I keep this thing in my mind to where my natural high is higher than yours.
Ah,
So
there you
I,
go.
I did read something that there's this hormone that is being released in your body. It's actually higher than what the grass we eat or whatever. Yeah. So I could get high too naturally.
Yeah, shout out to Big 1842. Where can we watch that movie Stoners you was talking about? What?
It's in the movie theater, but it's gonna be on everything like Netflix,
Okay.
Roku, everywhere. So it's
Dope.
supposed to be like they call it. It's like a comedy versus what do you call it, drama or whatever. I forgot what it's
Okay.
called. But we also interviewed the stoners and the producer of the movie, and Chastity Unlocks. Everything actually kind of like goes together. Because I didn't even know, because remember, I had just got back from New York. Okay.
Okay.
That Sunday morning. We had the event Saturday. Come back in DC on Sunday for the Chastity Unlocked TV show. And then, so I don't know what the heck is going on. And I prayed for Chastity also. She had like some car, accident, but she's safe. She's okay. But she wasn't able to do the program. Normally, I'll get an email of the program and I know what's going on. But we kind of like just did what we had to do. We actually did better.
Okay.
Everything just worked out just fine. And shout out to Nisi J, one of It's Gorgeous Music's artists. She came and performed all her dancers. And then the Stoners was there, and everything was just kind of like the cast was there. And yeah, you gotta see it because I looked at the trailer, it's dope. I'm still gonna go see it. So yeah.
Dope. Let's check it out.
Yes, yes, indeed. We was waiting on the D.O.C to come on, but we do have Chris Gannett on with us right now, and we're going to go ahead and bring him on. He is one of the co-founders of the Dreams Experience Academy that is launching in Dallas, and so we're going to welcome him to the stage. We have Chris on with us. How you doing tonight, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I think he's just dropped off. He might be testing his connection right now, but before we try to get him back on, I know you was talking about New York. We do have a viral clip from Ray Daniels that Matt has been pushing as well, and like it's doing numbers on Instagram. Like I'm getting notifications out the yin yang, and so we're gonna take a look at this clip, and we're gonna be right back.
Dog.
Trust me, I'm gonna walk it through.
Dog. I think the Black Album is better than the Blueprint too. But let me tell you something. I have a, by the way, this came from me just having conversation with everybody.
Yeah.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think the Black Album, the whole album, Jay-Z was dissing Dame Dash. The Black Album got the production. Like the Blueprint album is kind of like, it lays there and it's Jay's chance to shine. Like he shines every song lyrically, but the Black Album, dog. I'm like, go listen to it. I'm like, I think he was dissing Dame.
I'm not going against that. I love it.
Threat.
Oh yeah.
I'm going through the songs right now, like the title,
Black
like
Album?
the Black Album title,
Yeah.
like what more can I say?
The
Encore.
The Dr. Dre record, which is at the end.
Moment of Clarity is what really made me say it.
Thank God for Grammy. This moment of clarity.
And I think that
honesty.
I think that whole song
Feel My Truth
was about him. Because remember, the Black Album is the last Rockefeller album. That's the last album he dropped before they broke up. I think the Black Album, the whole album, Jay-Z was dissing Dame Dash. The entire album.
But
Never been a nigga that's good for this long. This hood, like he was talking, like even on Change Clothes. Y'all niggas acting way too tough. Go throw it. Like he was talking to me 100%. In my opinion.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
You want more?
Hey.
Yeah.
I listened to a few of the songs. I really don't feel like he was.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about the whole entire, like, because he said the whole entire album, maybe some part of it. Because a lot of the first couple of the songs that I listened to, I felt like it was about his childhood memories, like what his mom thought of him, stuff like that. That's what I thought. But the other songs, I don't know, because I didn't listen to the whole album.
I think it goes with the timing of when it dropped. Like Ray said, you know, it was the last album on the Rockefeller with the Black album, and the titles are very aggressive. If you look at them, and some of the content, if you go listen to the songs, you know, he even said you made another hove, go make another one. Like there was a lot of different one-liners. He mentioned Dame in roundabout ways, but as when Ray said that, it really intrigued me because it could be that, and then it's got over 50,000 plays so far organically. So there's definitely a conversation for that, and I wanted to highlight that because podcasters, people like us, when you're doing these conversations, sometimes it's the those type of bold takes that'll take you the most viral. So when he was saying it in the studio, they probably were laughing at him, saying, "Yo, you crazy," but now, because it got pushed a button on it, it's 50,000 views already because it's an engaging conversation. So sometimes you have to stand out there and say what you believe so the algorithms and everything can pick it up. But, you know, shout out to Jack Dans with Ray Daniels, my family. I've been helping Jack Dans with his podcast, Bite. I was on there Friday with King Capone and him. Had a really dope conversation. So it's always great, T. We always talk about this, helping other podcasters figure out how to do these streams and all these different things we've learned over the years. And it was great to experience that. We had Punch come on live last week. They had Bink jump on. So a lot of major people are joining. So I wanted to highlight that just to say, like, when you're on these mics, when you have these chance to say something that makes an impact. You know what I mean? Because anybody can talk on a mic, but you say something that makes the next person wonder, okay, damn, maybe it was the Black Album. And then, like Gracie said, I went and listened to the project again because of that. So I appreciate you playing that.
Yes, indeed. We're going to bring Chris Gannett on. He is he's one of the co-founders of the Dreams Experience Academy out of Dallas. He co-founded with the D.O.C. How are you doing tonight, sir? Thank you so much for taking the time to join Hype in the Streets.
Well, I am so grateful to be here, and I'll tell you that if I were smarter and better, I would have been joining you on time from my laptop doing the right thing, but I couldn't get it to work. And I'm also looking for D.O.C. So you may just get me tonight, and I you know, we'll do what we can.
Okay.
That's okay too. You are legendary in your own right as well, and thank you so much.
What y'all are doing? To be here.
What y'all are doing is so wonderful. Y'all have an educational program set up for students in the grades of 7th through the 12th grade. Tell us about this vision that you all came up with and how you are applying this to the Dallas area as far as students want to go into the media and entertainment world.
Yeah, well, so first off, you know, I appreciate it, and you know, anytime we have an opportunity to share what we're doing with folks who this will resonate with, we want to take that opportunity, and we really appreciate, you know, you guys asking us on. What we're doing here is essentially acknowledging a few things. One is in high schools around the country, Dallas and Southern Dallas region included in that, it's only about 25% of traditional curriculum is preparing students for, forget their dream careers, but just careers, period. You know, the way that we educate our young people is outdated. And so we're acknowledging that as kind of the first insight into this idea that I'll share in a second, that is 100% Tracy Curry's, the D.O.C.'s vision for not only his hometown, but for a footprint that's national. The second part is really focused on student absenteeism or chronic absenteeism. And if that doesn't ring a bell, what it means is if students are absent from school for 10% or more of the school year, they're considered to be a chronically absent student. They're not in school. They're not, first of all, they're not being educated and getting the support they need outside of the home, but they're finding their way, you know, into other activities that can be positive or destructive in their lives. And nationally, post-COVID, chronic absenteeism is about 26%. In parts of Southern Dallas, which is my hometown and D.O.C.'s hometown, that's ranging up to 46%. And that's just of students who re-enrolled post-COVID. So the real number is greater than that. So this is not a nice to have, this is an urgent urgent issue that needs to be solved. And then, it may sound trite coming from a guy who looks like me, but I'm D.O.C. and I are kind of the odd couple. We're united in our mission and our vision for the future of our region in Dallas and North Texas, but we really see this as a tremendous opportunity nationally. But look, we want to close an opportunity gap that's persisted for generations, centuries, really. And our areas of expertise are music, yes, but more broadly, media, entertainment, and technology. And the case that we see here is combined media, entertainment, and tech is a $3 trillion industry. And the communities that we're focused on, frankly, aren't in the pipeline for those companies recruiting. And they're setting really the tone of culture, right? What we recognize is, well, first off, in a $3 trillion industry, there's a significant disparity between those who are driving culture and consuming modern media and those who are profiting from its creation. And we'd like to balance that out a bit. Another data point, kind of just to pick on Hollywood a little bit, and we're both, D.O.C. and I are sort of alumna of the space. Only 92% of heads of studios and streaming companies are people of color. Yeah. And what complicates that, right, and kind of makes the case for change is over 70% of consumers of those companies' product, whatever that is, whether that's content or a laptop, don't see themselves and their experiences reflected in that product. And what that puts at risk for all the chief financial officers out there is over $300 billion worth of spend. And so if you don't think that something needs to change, you're not watching the numbers, let alone paying attention to the wins and the trends. And so we've established an organization out of D.O.C Cares, which is D.O.C.'s foundation, called the Dreams Experience Academy. And it's a community-based learning program that is interested in attracting motivated but under-championed students in grades 7 through 12, like you said, who are interested in learning about careers, and not just learning about, but like being equipped for real futures in these industries. And whether they complete the program and go in and find their way into Roblox or a spot at Netflix, or they just leave the program and maybe college isn't for them, but they get out with some fundamental concepts of business and technology and become entrepreneurs in their community. We believe that entrepreneurism and entrepreneurship changes the texture and the contours of communities. And more entrepreneurs in the Southern Dallas region means a faster way towards economic independence. And so no one's going to be worse off for spending time with us, but those who really devote themselves to what we're doing here, which is one part community-based learning and one part student-run business, so that within 6 years we will be self-sustaining and not asking for donations and partnerships. Wow. Kids that don't have a cousin at Roblox will actually be in the recruiting program. And so that's a long way of answering your question. But I serve as the president of D.O.C Cares and Dreams Experience Academy, and really, it's my privilege to kind of pull D.O.C.'s vision out and bring it to life. I'm the business end of things, so there you go.
Absolutely, yeah. This is such a to me a revolutionary thing to have for students at that age. Like, you creating a pretty much a new road of opportunity for them in that area, and so I definitely commend you on that. Now, y'all have a lot of great partnerships that's tied into the Dreams Experience Academy. Can you speak on the partnerships that you have formed to have the infrastructure and to be able to provide this to the students in the Dallas area?
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, look, we know what we're good at, and we know where our expertise ends, and so we like to call it the coalition of the willing. That we're building here, and we're bringing experts close to us, alongside us, to help us build this and bring it to market as fast as a high growth technology startup. And so the way that we've been building the Dreams Experience Academy is through partnerships with folks that that are recognized nationally, but also happen to operate locally. So in building the curriculum, which is our first focus, we want to build, if you're familiar with the Ghetto Film School, we look at GFS as a great example of what can be accomplished in this space conceptually. They're focused on the next generation of great storytellers. We're focused on the next generation of great American creative and business leaders focused on these industries. So curriculum is our biggest priority right now. We've aligned with a group called Big Thought out of Dallas, and they're nationally known for their expertise in after-school programs and community programs. They serve somewhere in the neighborhood, close to 1 million students nationally every year with STEM-based and arts-based programming. They're experts in building curriculum. So we think of them as building the container of our curriculum. And then we're focused on 4 specific verticals of learning, focusing first on gaming, because for a Gen Xer like me and D.O.C, gaming is the music of our generation, right? And we recognize that. We're not ego-led. We're focused on our audience. We really want to get them equipped for the industries that are shaping our economy right now. And so the areas of growth we're focused on are gaming first, then music, then the creator economy, and then software development, effectively focused on the top 15 tech talent trends, where we see over $2 billion worth of investment going into these 15 jobs, and we'll get there eventually. But we're launching with gaming. So Big Thought is building the platform to deliver learning through a bunch of different, what we call modalities, whether that's in person, or that's digitally or virtually, or through field trips and practicums and so forth. The partners we're bringing alongside for gaming include GameSquare, who is a NASDAQ-traded kind of diversified gaming company that's based here in Dallas, Texas. They're the owners of FaZe Clan, but they also have a production and agency business. Ninja is their chief gaming officer, and so we certainly borrow from their credibility and expertise, and they're an example of one of our partners who's informing building this awesome curriculum that we're testing this summer. We'll be running 25 to 30 students through our sort of minimum viable curriculum this summer to get their feedback en route to iterating that so that we can launch this formally in 2026. But we can't do it without capital, without funds and partners to help us, capitalize this, frankly, because it sure is, it's not free. Yeah. So we've brought some amazing mission-aligned people alongside us that include the T.D. Jakes Foundation, whose mission is incredibly closely aligned with ours, focused on kind of community support, career readiness, handful of issues that really address the community, the families, and the whole child, which is a big part of what we're doing, because it's not just preparing you for a career, but it's also helping you with, as a student, social and emotional development, becoming what it takes to become an adult, which so many of us still haven't figured out. And then with financial contributions from Taylor Sheridan's Bosque Ranch Productions. They are North Texas based, and certainly, what can be said about Mr. Sheridan other than he's kind of got the Midas touch right now in Hollywood. And we are privileged to know that organization and benefit from their insight and certainly their financial support. At our launch, a few weeks ago here in Dallas at the Kessler Theater. Their chief investment officer joined us on stage and invited the kids who performed. We had a couple kids that are alumna of Big Thought, who he invited on the spot because he was so moved onto the set of Landman, which is filming now, so that they could see what a real production looks like. Not to shadow anyone or to have an internship, but just to sit alongside the set and look at what goes on when a show is filming on location, and what do production assistants do, and what are the jobs to be done in and around a production like that at the highest levels. And then we've got the support of the Dallas Regional Chamber. We've got the support of the Dallas Independent School District. We've got the support of the Smithsonian affiliate here in Dallas called the Frontiers of Flight Museum. It's a long list, and I'll get in trouble for leaving anybody out, so maybe I'll just stop there. And
right.
But yeah, we can't do this ourselves. That's why it's the Coalition of the Willing, and we've got we're just collecting amazing people, including Erica Badu, who is lending her talents to the vision and helping us kind of rally the right people in the right capital.
Absolutely. Mighty Matt, you have any questions for Chris?
Yeah, Chris, I have a question for you. So you mentioned that you and D.O.C. is kind of the odd couple. How did you guys meet, and what was it about his vision that you heard him provide that made you want to be a part of this amazing organization you guys created?
Oh, gosh. Well, setting aside the fact that I was born in 1972, and something happened in 1989 that even white kids like me in the suburbs caught on to, and it was no one can do it better. But the way that we didn't know each other previously, although I've been operating in and around the entertainment industry and more broadly media and entertainment and tech for about 30 years. I've spent a lot of time at Sony Music. I spent a few years as the chief marketing officer on the American Idol business and Idol globally. I helped lead, the growth of Elvis Presley Enterprises. I worked with Muhammad Ali during his lifetime. So I've had some wonderful experiences, but we had never met. And I moved my family back to Dallas not so long ago to get my kids close to grandparents and aunts and uncles. It takes a village. And since I've been back, I've been vocal about my desire for, in this moment of incredible growth in Dallas and North Texas, and for anyone who's not aware of how fast things are growing here, in 3 years, Dallas will have more financial services employees, just that industry, more than New York.
Yeah, facts.
Because Goldman Sachs is opening a second headquarters here. It's crazy. Anyway, since I've been back, I've been explaining to folks, anyone who will listen, that if all boats don't rise with the tide, if we all don't benefit, it doesn't necessarily matter equally, but if everyone doesn't benefit or have the opportunity, the equity, the foothold to at least, glom on to some of the growth here, then this region will not achieve its potential. And we will basically fail. And so a common friend of mine who works at the Dallas Regional Chamber had been speaking to D.O.C. About his vision for uplifting kids who basically, were him, and how he wanted to do it. And they wanted to get behind him and invest in him, but they weren't ready to do that until there was an operating partner who could bring the vision to life and build a company. And he thought, hey, you two should meet. Sounds like you have a lot in common. And the truth be told, we met, and within about 30 seconds, we knew we were. It was going to be a really productive partnership, and it's grown into a really solid friendship. And we're having a blast doing this and spending a lot of energy and time on it together, and it just gets better and better.
Now, being a legend in the media area as you are yourself, and you're a proponent of technology the way you are, how excited are you to see the advances we have to use technology in media, and what are some of the things you're teaching your students aside from roadblocks and things to help them with their podcasts, or anything people could watch who are watching this could use in their own information?
Yeah, well, dude, like StreamYard that we're on right now,
Yeah.
right? Like the idea that tech has so amazingly, the word's overused, but democratized anyone's ability to become a content creator and develop an audience and monetize that audience through channels that don't require you to be an expert in going out and talking to advertisers. And we're just excited to expose our kids to this world. Look, not all of them, like I said, are going to spin out of the program and be ready to go, produce your show or Big Boy's show, or but they're going to understand. They're going to have a toolkit.
Yeah.
And every day there's a new advancement, whether it's through generative AI, that are probably, each one of us use at least once or twice a day at this point. And if we don't, we probably should, because it's not coming for our jobs, it's coming for our mediocrity. So let's learn how to use it, and let's equip these kids. Frankly, this is something I should drive home. I'm particularly excited about, as someone who works around IT, and just talking about AI, just to get real a little bit. I'm excited to teach responsible use of AI. Right? OpenAI and Meta are getting their pants sued off by IP owners, and they should. I'll say it out loud. They should, because the fact that I can create a feature-length film that looks like Game of Thrones with a few prompts isn't magic. It's hundreds of years of human created work, and those human created assets need to be recognized as such, and they need those creators need to be paid for the use of their IP. So students need to understand that this isn't being created net zero. This is an advancement on top of human creativity, and there is a responsible way to use AI, and there is a opportunistic way to use AI. And for the industries that we want to serve, we want to send the next generation out really understanding that and believing it, because that's the only way that our industries, one, grow, and two, continue to exist.
Yeah, I thank you and D.O.C for doing this for the children of Dallas. It's an amazing thing you guys are doing, and I wish you success. Grace, do you have anything?
Yes. First of all, nice to meet you, Chris. And I just want to shout you out, and also the D.O.C for having such awesome thing that you're doing in the Dallas area. And I just wanted to know, is this for the whole Texas, or is just in the in Dallas? Because of in there.
So we want to prove the concept. We want to show everyone that it works. We want to make an impact in the lives of the kids in the zip codes that are needing the most urgent kind of incentive to get their asses back in school. Right. So in order to qualify as a student in the Dreams Experience Academy, when we launch, not this summer because school will be out, but when we launch, students are going to need to show proof of enrollment and regular attendance, and otherwise it's free. We want it to be exposed to everybody. We want every kid who is interested in this to have the opportunity to join it. But we're starting small, but our vision is national in scope. And so we already have two specifically, but up to 4 additional sites outside of Dallas, Fort Worth, North Texas in mind, and the communities that they serve look a lot like our southern Dallas region, but we have in mind that St. Louis is a wonderful kind of next stop for us, and potentially Detroit after that, and within D.O.C network, And I'm sorry he wasn't able to join us tonight. We'll find another time. But you can imagine, who the personalities are that spend a lot of time in those markets that will be bringing alongside us, if the stars align.
I feel like it's an awesome thing. I feel like it's also going to be a motivation for students, and I bet you the school system will be at higher rates of graduations and keeping them safe as well. I think I see something great about it, and it's crazy because this week a lot of the labels that I'm working with, they're doing stuff for like the kids. Like one label are doing like she's working on tour for younger kids. Our label is Gorgeous Music. We just graduated like some students for they have like a month class to learn music, and I feel like this is an awesome thing, and I can't wait to hear more about it. Definitely when
Well, we want to keep you guys close. We'll keep you updated, and look. I should say before I log off that if anyone in your audience is interested in learning more about what we're doing, visit doccares, D.O.C. cares.org. And if you feel moved to donate to what we're building here, as I said, we're raising an $800,000 operating budget for 2025 and first part of 26, and up to $6 million that we'll spin down over the next 5 years until we're self-sufficient. You can go to the donate tab on doccares.org, and we would, we'd feel like you guys kind of set the sun and the moon for us if anybody in your audience wants to help us bring this to life.
Oh, absolutely. And we do have 3 capable speakers that would love to come out and talk to the
Yes, we'll make that happen. I love that idea.
Yes, because we would love to partner up with you all as far as sharing some of our expertise and the things that we've gone through. Because Mighty Matt and I, we started off as podcasters, and then it has turned into us being media personalities and also writers for the Hype magazine as well. So we pretty much have seen the industry full circle, just starting from the podcast, and now we directing shows and executive producing and everything. So I feel like you are with your program, you are doing the same thing, where you can just pretty much teaching students how to pretty much do each and every job and every role within the industry. So I'm excited about this. I would love to see this go nationally one day in the future.
And so would we. Yeah.
A DJ too, a DJ, producer, engineer.
Yes.
For sure. Listen, we want to educate. Look, we're exposing them to real futures, right? It's choose your own adventure, but if you're not in the room, you'll never have the opportunity to imagine it. And so, whether you're a creative track or you're a business track, they need to see it to understand they can be it, and you guys represent that, and that would be phenomenal.
Yeah,
absolutely. Chris, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on Hype in the Streets. We will have the D.O.C. on again on our future show. But like I said, you're a legend. You're a legend too. So we got to make sure we highlight you and give you your flowers too.
Well, that's nice. I'm the guy behind the guy, so it's a privilege to be here. But we'll make sure that you guys have a chance to speak to D.O.C. about this, because it's his vision. I can't take credit for it. I'm just helping bring it into the light.
And I just want to say, I love when he said he lost his voice to find his purpose, and I feel like this is such an awesome
purpose,
positive thing for the world. We need it, right?
Yeah. We need it right now. Yep, more than ever.
Yes. Are there any shout outs, or do you want to plug in your social media accounts so we make sure that we have people to check out some of your work and follow you on social media?
Oh, that's nice of you. Well, yeah, definitely, doccares.org. Please check that out. I'm old and crusty, so I'm not active on the Instagram, but I'm on LinkedIn, so people can learn a little more about me if you're interested. And my company is Gannett Partners, Gannett.partners, no.com. Yeah, listen, on another occasion, I could go down a list of hundreds of people who have helped us. And so I want to make sure I'm not intentionally leaving anybody out, but we've got legions of amazing people who are behind us. We just happen to be the ones in the spotlight. So it's important to get that across.
Yeah, maybe on a future show we can bring more of the team on so you guys can talk about your individual goals, and as you get closer to some of your goals you're trying to do, like T said, we would love to help spread the word. It's an amazing cause you guys are doing. So anything we can do to help, just let us know.
Well, we will. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for being on, and we'll definitely be in touch with you.
All right, thanks.
That is definitely hype in the streets.
Yes, it is, man. It's like that's rejuvenated me just hearing him talk about that. Like, man, I wish we had something like that when I was in the 7th.
I was thinking the
grade.
same thing. I'm like, why didn't they have that?
Wow. Yes. Yeah, I went into tech field though, so
that's right down your alley.
Yeah, it was right down my alley, man. But we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna bring on our next guest. So y'all stay tuned.
What's up? This is Patrick Solomon with Graci Grace Management.
Vito Banger, man, front man of the world famous Gambling Music. And just smoke it and listen. Just tell them what you was talking about.
Look here, if you're an artist, producer, manager, that's serious about this music thing. I ain't talking about I want it to be a dream. You're interested in getting into the industry of it and learning everything you need to know about it. You need to come out to the Grassroots Music Seminar in concert. Sunday, May 18th.
Sunday, May 18th, Grassroots. That means going back and getting numbers, original street team strategy. Because people don't know who are you and how you feel and what should they be playing. Again, Grassroots. Learn how to do it.
So that's Sunday, May 18th.
Sunday, May 18th.
At the Let's Chill Venue and Grill during Calumet City. Like I said, we got some of the top executives there from the business. We're going to have some of the biggest DJ coalitions and special invited guests, along with some of the biggest music.
Again, I definitely want to give a shout out to the Dreams Experience Academy with Chris Gannett, and also the Grassroots Music Seminar and Concert Series that's coming to a town near you. And we're going to welcome our next guest, 1842 Entertainment's very own HuddyWorld is in the building. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed. What's good, brother? What's good? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Doing great. Hey, I just want to say, man, you one of our first guests that actually joined the beginning of the show and just kind of just chilled out and just took in all the information. You probably heard me praying, saw me praying, and you know, then we had Chris on as well. So by you joining that, man, what did you learn from Chris as far as the Dreams Experience Academy, and how you would like to apply that to yourself, or even have a helping hand in that too?
Yeah, I'm happy he said about the website, doccares.org. I'm gonna most definitely tapping that. I'm gonna probably tap into his LinkedIn too, just to see what they got going on. I actually spent some time out there in Texas. I did some time in Khalid there for a little while, from 2017 to 2022. So I done dabbled and traveled a lot due to my time in the service and stuff. So I know how that go.
Definitely thank you for your service, man. Definitely much respect for that, and thank you so much for being on Hype in the Streets tonight.
Man, thank y'all for having me. I've been so we've been trying to figure it out here for some time, but you know, life happens. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the opportunity. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Now I know you said you using the service. How do you apply that discipline, being in the military, into your music career now?
So that's the funny thing about it. I actually started my professional independent debut while I was still active duty in the Army. In 2014, I dropped a mixtape on deadpiff.com called D.O.C. Unleashed that kind of kicked everything off, and I just kind of dabbled. But that discipline of, you know what I'm saying, being consistent, staying working, grinding like you do in the service, you know what I'm saying, when you on the mission, you got to put that work in. You know, you ain't no 9 to 5 in that uniform. You know, we here till the work get done.
Absolutely, and you definitely doing some good work, man. I commend your team. I know your team personally as well, and so Sorry about the delay. Like you said, life happens, man, and it just seemed like when you're trying to do something or better yourself, that's when the devil come around the corner, try to pull you back and stuff. But thank you for your patience and everything. And so, with you being in the music career, what are some of the challenges that you have faced? Like, man, I got to get this devil off my back, but you still continue on moving forward. So, talk us through some of the challenges that you have been through.
Man, let me see. I could tell some stories. I done had people try to run off with my music. I done had people actually register my music without my name actually being attached to it. It get crazy, man. But shout out to my team, like you said, 1842. Ever since I signed with them last year, a lot of stuff been moving the right way, and that's why I'm happy about it. When you got the right people around you that believe in you, it helps push you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? You might stumble a little bit, but it's hard to just give up or fall when you got a group of people supporting you and have a real support system, and not like you fighting by yourself. Because for a long time, like I said, it's been 11 years. I've been doing this on my own, and just last year I finally got a true management team that know what they're doing, that understand the business, that also help pour into me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big help.
With you being in the industry for over 11 years, what is one big takeaway? What is the most important takeaway that you have, noticed from being in the industry for that long?
Being punctual and understanding that the industry is small, so all it takes is for you to do something bad, and if you get a bad reputation on your name, it's so easy for people to just distance themselves from you, and you don't even know who people are sometimes. So you got to be mindful. And like I tell people, what I've learned to do is I carry myself like I'm a Fortune 500 $1 million company. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm a business, like, you know what I'm saying? So I carry myself as such. And I got to present myself as such, because you never know. And we see in today's time, like y'all was saying earlier, we got people very optimistic. You know what I'm saying? They want a quick chance to come up on a quick dollar. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to work for nothing no more. They just want that get quick rich scheming. It's good for temporarily, but I'm more so focused on longevity, generational wealth, those type of things to change the dynamics of that, not only just the community, but the people as a whole. Because we start learning those things, it could change the life of a lot of people.
Thanks. Absolutely. Mighty Matt, as far as what we have talked to HuddyWorld about, what is some of the advice that you can give HuddyWorld, with you being part of a lot of DJ coalitions, of course, SBR DJs as well, DigiWax? What is some advice that you can give HuddyWorld as far as him navigating through the industry?
Yeah, great question, man. I think he's on the right track. He understands the importance of being punctual. He understands this industry is a very small world. So if you piss off one person, that can get all the way around the world. But I want to highlight something for you. You said 1842 is your label and management. You were artist for 11 years before that. How did you decide to go with them? And what has the experience been like being an artist by yourself versus now having that team? What's some of the biggest advantages you've seen?
Being by myself, it was just the point where you get burnt out, because like you got to pay for the studio time, then you got to promote it yourself, market it, get in contact with people, to where now with the team, one of the things is I can just focus on the music. And the beautiful thing about it, we all from the same hometown.
Okay.
1842, like literally grew up walking distance from around. Me and his nephews was like, we all went to school together. And so last year he created a instrumental that I liked. I picked up the phone, reached out to him like, yo, what you doing with that? We made a song together. He called me. At the time I was in Washington, and then I gave him a call back a couple months later, like, hey bro, I'm headed home. He was like, what? I'm like, I'm coming back to Georgia, let's do it. And once I got back to Georgia, you know what I'm saying, we just hit the ground running.
I see you have the Black Straw Hat Pirate movement. What does that mean to you and your fans when you mention that?
So One Piece, like actually that's what this is around my neck. One Piece.
Okay.
Monkey D. Luffy is Captain Straw Hat. So to that show, One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy. I'm a huge Monkey D. Luffy fan. So he
Okay.
Captain Straw Hat, and HuddyWorld is the home of the Black Straw Hat Pirates, BLK, and it's more to come with that. So that's why I just tied into people so they know, so it's along the journey, so they can actually get to see it. Like the single "Me," you notice that it's in the middle of the water. Me Island is the home of the Black Straw Hat Pirates. So a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, I'm gonna tie into and just bring the people along this journey. And they get to witness it.
So being in the anime world, are you thinking like a gorillas type thing where your videos are going to be short cartoons and like maybe a comic book, or how are you going to magnify this One Piece idea you have to broaden it, to all your fans in the world?
I'm working on some stuff in the background. Shout out to Miss Tweety Bird. Like she's amazing.
Yes.
That's somebody that done been supporting me here recently, got in contact with the team. I enjoy her work. I think she's amazing at what she does, to be honest. And so for me, we working on some things right now in the background, just kind of, off the ideas, but it's something I'm really looking forward into doing. I got a huge surprise. I'm not gonna really spoil it right now because it ain't really nothing that we need to talk about. But we got a huge surprise coming down the line here soon. Absolutely. But we just part of that thing. But I love it. It's a lot more gonna do with. I'm actually gonna create a mini series like with Captain Black Straw Hat. I got a pirate party theme song where in the theme song in the intro you'll actually get to hear Captain Black Straw Hat voice for the first time. Like actual out loud, where people actually get to hear me do the voice for the first time. So, and that's actually in the song. It's in the intro of a song for that song. So things of that nature is time a little bring along the journey.
Well, T asked me what advice I would give you, and you really knocked it out the park, because I always tell artists, find something that people love and tie your creative juices around that. So with you going with One Piece, that's the whole anime. There's a whole lane out there of people who love anime, but they don't have a voice out there. Nobody's making music just for the anime fans. So if you can become that voice in your talent and what you're doing, I think you can win very easily. Your song "Me" is a very dope song. What made you call the song "Me," and what's been the response from your fans and supporters so far?
So first of all, I had to give a shout out to the team. It was actually the team. They turned on the instrumental, and shout out to my boy December 1st that's on the track with me. Man, first sitting there. First is another singer and rapper like myself. So we sitting there talking to each other. And the beauty part about it, what a lot of people don't know, is something that very rarely happen. But we actually walked in the booth together when we first originally recorded it, because we were sitting there just talking like it was just the instrumental came on. We just brainstorming. He was doing what he's doing. I was like, "Hey, bro, let's just go in." We sitting there talking. So he went in, laid the hook. I did the ad libs, and we just on the verses.
Dope. Yeah, dope song, man. I appreciate it. Grace, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to shout you out, and I think you're doing wonderful things right here, and definitely you're also an what do you call it, a R&B artist or just a lyrical?
Yes, ma'am. I was
I
originally.
noticed that you have some R&B art from like 2023 or something like that. Slowly Healing, is that like kind of like an R&B?
Yes, ma'am. So growing up, I was originally a singer. Like a lot of people from my hometown know me as a singer. I grew up in the church singing. Once I hit my teenage, started rapping around with the bros and stuff. But once about 2013, life just got real crazy for me, and the singing wasn't doing it. And so because life got so hectic, it pushed me to become more aggressive. And the rapping would help deal with, because I use music as a healing process. That's my therapy. I tell people music is my heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? That's what cleanses my soul, music. That what keep me from doing crazy stuff. Like I say, we all have our options to do right or wrong. And it's a split second whether you're gonna make that choice. And music what helps keep me from doing something that I might regret.
Okay. Well, like they say, music saves lives. I know music saved my life. It shows it gives us like something to release in the world, whatever we're feeling. So I do have one question. I see you have books behind you. Are there any books or films or artworks that have influenced you to be in this theme that you're doing right now, especially with your TikTok and your goal that you have that's coming up and stuff?
Just recently, any themes is just like I said with Luffy, just his determination to become king of the pirates. I really been in the animation world, just diving deep into that and just listening to the guidance of my team. I trust my team so much. Like, I talk to them more than I talk to anybody else. We probably spend a lot of time on the phone throughout the day, but it's building that bond and trust and knowing that, like I said, when if they say jump, I just say how high and just go for it. You know what I mean? It's just because when you got people you can trust, it make it easy to just move. You know, no question asked. So that's the sign of where I'm at right now. And when I'm in creative mode, I really don't like dabble into too much stuff because it tends to taint you. And I want to be uniquely me and don't want to transform and mess around and dabble and mess up what the gift that I was bestowed upon me from up above, gift that was poured upon my life, and I can only be myself. So when I get in my creative mode like I'm in right now, I've been doing a lot of writing, stacking up on the music. I kind of just zone out and just listen to instrumentals. I probably listen to more beats than anything else, than actual songs. And when I'm listening to songs, I'm listening to like Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll. I'm listening to country music. Anthony Q. I kind of listen to that type of music to kind of stay away from the more aggressive music. Yeah. You know, because like I said, I'm a very optimistic individual myself. I try to stay positive, focus on the positive. Because, you know, like y'all was saying earlier, it's enough negative out in the atmosphere as it is. And then when you do speak positive, like I say, I'd rather be a lame any day than a cool man with no real substance. You know, it's easy to be cool. It's hard to walk around with substance, morals, and understanding who you are as an individual.
Integrity. Yes.
Absolutely. We got your track, man. We're gonna play your track, Me, and featuring December 1st, and we're gonna come right back and you know, close out the show. So we'll be right back, y'all. We're gonna check out HuddyWorld featuring December 1st, Me.
Okay, this bit for you.
All I need is me. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. All I know to be. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I know is me. All I need is me. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. All I know to be. All I know is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. Real man if you want it. Came up exponent. Tell you I hop on it. Just like I'm a bonnet. Do what I'm supposed to. Do you up like a poster. Put you up when I want to. And tell you that I want you. But a real man to do that. Ain't else than need it. Man, I'm being conceited. Cause nigga, I got the juice. I'm riding, I'm hopping the roof. I'm hopping, I'm talking like roof. I'm 180, no juice. I'm telling you niggas that's proof. Everything I'ma do. Pop out like poof. You ain't know what I'm about, nigga, but you know what I do. Kick shit like boss gang, kick shit like soccer. Got drive like Mazda, you just an imposter. Big boss eating pasta. Black nigga with some goals, feeling like I just won an Oscar. I just tryna get the money, man, I ain't dealing with the trash Oscar. All of that trash you talk, nigga, I'm me and I'm me and I'm me, and I don't give a fuck what you thought. All I need is me. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. All I know to be. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I know is me. All I need is me. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. All I know to be. All I know is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. All I had was myself in this crazy world. All my people left me alone, diamonds and pearls. Got it out the mud, dog, just me and myself. Now I'm standing real tall like a champion. Just a man with my hands that I dig and dag. Listen up, they talking junk, I tell them kiss my ass. Cause in the mirror, in the frame, said guess who I see? M.E. capital me, yeah. And you were there when I was lonely. And where were all the other homies? And you were there to hold me down when I was down on the ground. It's just me, capital me, oh so me, and M.E., just me, just me. All I need is me. All I need is me. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. M.E. All I know to be. Yeah. All I need is me. Me. I don't need nobody else. All I know is me. Yeah. All I need is me. Yeah. All I need is me. Yeah. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me. M.E. All I know to be. Yeah. All I know is me. Yeah. I don't need nobody else. All I need is me.
All I need is me.
Yes, I need that. That's positive right there. Because sometimes we get attacked. It could be from anything, and like what I was talking about earlier, we got to be reminded. You know what I'm saying, on something. So all I need is me.
Absolutely.
I definitely, with your roots in the church too, I definitely see you could flip that and put it as all I need is you, and that could be a major, Christian song right now. With your ability to sing and rap the way you are and singing, you mentioned Jelly Roll, Shabuzi just dropped the song together. Like, is there a motivation to go back into that lane a little bit? Because I can tell with your skills, you would fit nicely there.
Absolutely.
So, we actually got a song stashed away called Lead the Way. It's actually a gospel song because I still write gospel music.
Fire.
It's a passion of mine. It's just something that's in me. What's in you gonna come out, right? And it's an instrumental. I was actually in Texas at the time, and I was at Real Warfare. And when the instrumental came on, when I first heard it, in my mind, subconsciously, I was hearing "I Love Jesus," right?
Yeah.
And so I was going through where I just instantly went into a worship, and little nephew at the time, it's so crazy. And that's why I actually wrote the song and actually went on ahead and recorded the song, because it was a kid in the house with me, and it was one of the last moments I got to actually share with that child before we were separated from each other, unfortunately. But he came out of his room, and he came in there and just stood at me, and he was just standing there looking at me, and we just, like 30 minutes, we just sitting there, and I was just worshiping, and he just sat there and soaked it up. So actually, when the kid actually hear the song that was there in the room, like a lot of people might look at that young man and think he crazy because he gonna actually almost know that song word for word. And when he tell people he was in the room when that song was actually being created off of a spiritual vibe, most people wouldn't believe him, but he telling the truth.
We got the fans asking for you to drop a little bit of that. So can you bless us with the hook?
Oh yeah,
just a little snip.
Lord, I love you, and I need you to order my steps and lead the way. Say lead the way, Lord, I love you, and I need you to order my steps and lead the way. Say lead the way. That just, the hook of the song right there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, yes. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much, HuddyWorld, for being on Hype in the Streets, man. You're definitely a blessing. We're definitely going to be supporting everything that you're doing, and we'll make sure we put me in our rotation as well. Money Matt, DJ Graci Grace, do y'all have any closing comments?
Yeah, closing comments, Huddy. Thank you, man, for that moment. Like I said at the beginning of the show, T's going through some stuff, so I know that that praise music you just blessed us with is going to touch his soul. And I just pray for everybody right now. It's very hard out here if you pay attention to the noise, but if you just get close to God, get close to Jesus, you can tune out all this BS that's going on and focus on yourself, and then you look up and everything will be good. Me and my family, we're celebrating a major milestone right now. We are building a new house this year, and we just got the email today that they broke ground. So I come from nothing, and to be where I'm at today is just a blessing from God, and I'm looking forward to what's coming next. But just anytime there's negative stuff going on, anytime you feel like you can't make it, put on HuddyWorld's song, Lord will lead you the way, play me. All those songs are motivational, and music has the power to change your mind. Like if you wake up in the morning, feel like you're gonna have a bad day, go put "I'm Happy" on and play it 10 times back to back, and your mind will change. And now you're gonna have a great day. So everybody, go play me every morning when you got a test that's coming up and you're scared to take it. You got anxiety. Play me. That's gonna get you over that, and it'll help you achieve your goals. So I appreciate you, Huddy, for being on tonight. Very motivational, and you definitely brought God into this place for us. So thank you.
Yeah, she sure did. And that's your boys have like that conviction and you mean it. I was in a phrase worshiping team a couple years back. And so you gotta like to sing that way and to even say it, it's very convincing. So thank you for that. We needed that actually. So, and also I wanted to say we are, I'm going to be in a tour, a 20 city tour. So maybe you could get with me and to see where we'll be in your city. So that starts in the summertime. So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
are open to hear all the genres, even, your motivation music that you have. It'll be awesome.
Yes,
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 ma'am.
indeed. And I will be close to the LaGrange, Georgia area for Memorial Day weekend. I will be hosting the Valley Fest 25 that will be going on in Valley, Alabama. It's a 2-day music event. The headliner is Corey Smith. And so if you happen to be in the area, I'll make sure y'all come and check me out while I MC the event. You always tell your loved ones you love them today because tomorrow's never promised. I always love God and love people. And again, thank you all so much, man. This was a much needed show, and we definitely will be back with more Hype in the Streets. And so I hope you all have a great night, and just encourage someone because we all need it right now. And
Yes, definitely.
I love this platform. We had Chris Gannett on from Dallas earlier for Dreams Experience Academy, and he shared a great vision. Mine and Matt's always sharing great stuff. DJ Graci Grace, and so thank you all. And so until then, peace.
And y'all make sure you check on your strong friends. All right.
Absolutely.
Sir.